This is the final deck that we're going to be reviewing today. This is the Nalia deck called Party Time. We're going to disregard the price over here at the top because once this deck is released, the prices for all these cards are going to drop dramatically. So let's just keep that in mind. We have Nalia. Nalia says that you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard spells from the top of your library. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain Death Touch until the end of turn. If you have... Is Richard Garfield in the chat? Who knows? Maybe. But, you know, I'm going to first say this about this deck. This is a party deck, okay? I've never played Party. I only saw one episode of Command Zone that we could watch on stream if you guys want in the future. But there was an episode of Command Zone where a female played a party tribal deck, and it just seemed like either she built it incorrectly or party is just a difficult thing to assemble. So I want to stress that from my experience, not my personal experience, from my experience from watching Party, this mechanic to me seems difficult to assemble, which means that the power level for this deck right now, I haven't seen any of the cards, but my gut is telling me that it's a bit lower than all the other decks. So we have Archpriest of Iona. Yeah, I have that card. That's a good card. It's a 1-drop. It's a Cleric. Okay, so decent. Bloodsoaked Champion. Okay, Warrior. Shapeshifter. Okay, so this can be any one of the creature types. Mikaeus the Lunarch. More counters. So this deck really cares about counters. Mother of Runes. Guys, Mother of Runes is a great card. Deep Gnome Terramancer. So, whenever one or more lands enter the battlefield under an opponent's control without being played, you may search your library for a Plains card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Yo, a 2-drop? Flash? Dude. Oh, I thought... Still, that's a great card. Once each turn? Guys, that's serious. This is a serious card. This, I'm telling you right now, this card is easily $20. You have 8.5 like this card is, I'm immediately buying this commander deck for this card. You have 8.5 tails. Gives a creature protection from white. Target spell or permanent becomes white until the end of turn. Okay, it's a decent way to protect your stuff. High Priest of Penance. Okay, there's a lot of clerics. Magus of the Balance. Really? Okay. Land Destruction. Malakir Blood Priest. Ooh, I'll take this card out of the deck. There's a lot of cleric, guys. A lot of clerics. We have a Mind Blade Render. Whenever your opponents are dealt combat damage, if any of that damage was dealt by a warrior, okay, so you get to draw a card. It's a 2-drop. What I'm noticing, guys, is look, 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana, 2 mana, 2 mana, 2 mana, 2 mana, 2 mana. The mana value for the creatures that we're playing over here, like, think about it. We have Nalia as a rogue. So technically you shouldn't have to include too many rogues because your commander is a rogue. But essentially, I could play a cleric on turn 1. On turn 2, I could get down a wizard. And then on turn 3, I only need one more creature to assemble a party, which I think is cool. So we have Selfless Spirit. Oh, this is a good reprint. This is a good card. Zulaport Cutthroat, Aven Mind Sensor, cool. Bygone Bishop, Frontline Medic, I like this card. Grim Haruspex, cool. Harper Recruiter. When this attacks look at the top 4 cards of your library, this is what you need, man. This is what you need. You may reveal a cleric and a rogue card, and a warrior, and or a wizard. Oh, okay. From among them. Wait, what? You may reveal a cleric card, a rogue card, a warrior card, and or a wizard from among them. Put those cards into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your lap, so I can get many cards. See, this is what this deck needs, bad. This deck needs this bad, dude. Yeah. I don't know if I should buy all of them just because I'm going to Command Fest at the end of June, and I know that in Command Fest, I'm probably gonna end up playing in a tournament where they give me one of these decks, so I'm not too sure if I need to buy all of them right away. We got a Nighthawk Scavenger, Order of White Clay, or if Wizard sponsors me from between now and 2 days from now and sends me all the decks, then I could have all of them. Rumor Gatherer, Solemn Recruit, Baracco's Party Leader. There's also a Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard. There needs to be a lot of cards that say that. It's basically a shapeshifter for those types. Whenever Baraccos attacks, defending player loses X life and you create X treasure tokens. Ooh. Where X is the number of creatures in your party. Ooh. That's a great card, man. The Orc. Corpse Augur. Felisa. Gale Powder Mage. Okay. Glorious Protector. Gonti. Grim. Another shapeshifter. Jazal. Tough. Seasoned Dungeoneer. You take the initiative. Whenever you attack target attacking cleric, gains protection from creatures until the end of turn. Ooh. That's dirty. That basically gives them unblockable, dude. That's pretty cool. Squad Commander, Direfleet Ravager. Ooh, this card is good. We got a Puppeteer Click, Solemn Doom Guide. Each creature card in your graveyard that's a cleric, rogue, warrior, and a wizard has unearthed. Ooh, that's a good one, guys. That's a really good card. Calculating Lich. All right. Pontiff of Blight. Okay. Butcher of Malakir. That's a warrior. True. Such a good card, man. Valiant Changeling. Okay. G-Spark. Crib Swap. Unbreakable Formation. Yeah, you need 3 or 4 more cards that do this. Stick Together. Each player chooses a party from among creatures they control and sacrifices the rest. Oh, dude, that's so funny. So you choose a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. But do you need a party in order to use this card? Which would essentially mean that, you know, you would need, how do you say this? How much mana do you think it would cost to assemble a party? At least 6 mana. So in essence, this card is really like 11 mana to play, which is cool because it sacrifices all the rest of the creatures on the board. So you get rid of indestructible creatures, get rid of everything. But I think the flavor for this card, 10 out of 10. But in actual gameplay, I think that I would just rather play a board with, because if I'm sitting there and I'm missing one creature to have in my party, and then I can't wipe the board, it's just, I could see that being like a feel bad. Austere Command, Thwart the Grave, Dusk Dawn, multi-class Baldric. Never seen that word ever in my life before. Equipped creature has lifelink if you control a cleric, death touch. If you control a cleric, lifelink if you control a cleric, death touch if you control a rogue, haste if you control a warrior, and flying if you control a wizard. As long as you have a full party to prevent all damage that would be dealt to an equipped creature. I mean, for 1 mana, 2 to equip, cool. Skull Clamp, great. Soul Ring. I mean, I'm not too sure how often we're gonna be sacrificing creatures and reanimating creatures, so I mean, this is a good reprint, but I don't know if I want my creatures to die, honestly. Talisman of Hierarchy, Mask with Nexus, Bulk Hero. Whenever you cast a spell that shares a creature type with this creature, draw a card. Say, wait, what? When you spell that shares a creature with this creature, guys, this might be the best card in the deck. Yeah, this essentially just means I pay 1 mana, draw a card, 1 mana, draw a card, 1 mana, draw a card, 2 mana, draw a card. It's a cool card. Black Market Connections. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose 1 or more. Create a treasure token, you lose 1 life. Choose 1 or more. Draw a card, you lose 2 life. Create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter token with changeling, you lose 3 life. Dude! And it costs 2 generic and 1 black. This is like, this kind of reminds me of Phyrexian Arena, but just better. Wow, this is the best card in the deck. I mean, I would have to say second place because this card over here is absolutely insane, this Terramancer. But the Black Market Connections definitely may be. I mean, if the honestly, out of all of the commander decks that I've seen so far, I think that this is going to be one of the most expensive cards, and that this also, the Black Market Connection, is going to be one of the most expensive, and they're both inside this deck. Great cards. And then the Retribution, and then we got our land base. I just saw Castle Lochthwain. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, based on playing this deck, I still don't know how easy it's going to be to assemble a party. So I can't sit here and say that this is going to be the most powerful playing deck. But what I will say is that based on playing the Precon, I would give this a 7 out of 10. Just because it definitely has cards that seem good. And I can see people winning games with this deck, I should say. But because this card exists, and because this card exists, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, because this is going to be a commander staple, and then this is a commander staple. So if we're talking about buying a Precon, and then just, you know, getting the most for your money and your almost your investment. What is this Mutavault over here? Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this, for the investment that you're gonna put into this, fantastic deck. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Mostly because of how powerful the cards are inside this deck. It would be interesting for me to see how it all plays together, but definitely 8 out of 10. Fantastic, fantastic deck.